People, you don't hear about the big media coverage people them named Sound News Extra. Yes, the whole of Birmingham talk about it. London discuss it. Jamaica investigate about it. What am I investigate? Sound News Extra. Views, reviews, Sound News Extra. It's a bonus!
Welcome and give thanks to another day. Give thanks to the Most High. Because you don't know, so every day we get is precious, and every day we get, we have to give thanks to it, yeah? True thing. Right, today, on the Sound News Extra platform, on the Sound News Extra sofa, we have a legend. Now, I know this word is thrown around, quite frequently and willy-nilly. But when we at Sound News Extra say legend, we mean it. Legend, not leg end. Legend. You understand? There's a difference. Some of them are legend and then they have the legend. Tonight, we have a legend. Now, this is not a sound thing tonight, but you don't know when you have Sound News Extra, so this is the extra. Now, this artist, this performer, when you look up the word artistic longevity, performance longevity, you do see this man and name at the top amongst a few others. In the Sound News Extra studio tonight, I have no other than the DJ legend, the English DJ legend, which is Tippa Irie. Blessed love, sir.
Blessed love, my brother. I love that intro. I love that intro, my brother. Much respect.
Yo,
much respect.
we give these things to who is deserving of it.
Thank you, my brother.
You understand?
Thank you, much respect.
We not, like we say, longevity, is the epitome of longevity.
Yeah, 4 decades.
4 decades.
4 decades.
And for those of you who did only go Sunday school, that means 40 years.
Yeah, 4 decades, you know what I mean? You know how it go. We started with my old man, he had a sound named Musical Messiah.
See it.
In South London. Obviously, he's coming from Trelawney in Jamaica. And when him and my mum came over, he brought his music with him, So he used to play Jim Reeves. He used to play Bob Marley and the Wailers, U-Roy, Dennis Al Capone, Trinity, all these people. But I fell in love with U-Roy and Dennis Al Capone and Trinity.
The toasting side of it.
And Tapazuki.
Aye.
And them and the, you know what I mean? And then later on it was Brigadier Jerry, Charlie Chaplin, Josie Whale. And then of more modern times is Papa San, Lieutenant Stitchy, and Professor Nuts.
Okay, so those are the DJs that you think, yeah.
Those are the ones that really inspired me from Jamaica, especially Papa San, especially Lieutenant Stitchy, and especially Professor Nuts. Professor Nuts is my favorite DJ of all time, just because of the way I put his lyrics together and the humor and the character, everything about him I respect. I love Papa San because of the amount of lyrics.
Lyrics, man.
Yeah, him just full of lyrics, And Stitchy is just him style and him grace and him, the way how him put himself
yeah, and him use a lot of innuendos and plays and words and that.
Wordplay.
Yeah.
That's why I like them guys. But for the culture DJ, then you have to talk about Brigadier Jerry, and Charlie Chaplin. And Josie, just his presence, just the way I'm just confident and old, So them Mondays who me really inspired to. But there's just so much. But the foundation come from you, right? So wake the town and tell the people. From that tune, them hear that tune there, me say, yeah, I want to be like him.
Yeah.
And that was the way I went. I just imitate them man there. And you just, you're there in the bath and in the bathroom in front of the mirror. Wait the town and tell the people.
Reggae music coming your way.
You know what I mean? And when you go to school, me and my friend them, we used to just have competition who can sound like you, right, the best and this and that. And then after a while, you start develop.
And you get more confident.
Yeah, confident. You start develop your own style. And then family friends said, yo, you sound good enough.
Take it up.
Take it up. You need to make other people hear.
Yeah.
Rather than just my cousin them and my sister them. And my mom used to just laugh after me and say, what you do? You know what I mean? But after a while, it start just get, she go, but Tony, you sound good enough. You know what I mean? I said, yes, mom. And then she used to say to me, after a while, she used to say to me, you know, where you sit down and write them lyrics, Stefan? Because when we was just coming, we never used to write lyrics. When we was like 17, when we was like 16, 15, 16, 17, we never used to write lyrics then. We used to just make them up in our head and just rehearse them continuously in our head. Like when them talk about Jay-Z or him write things and him just make it up. We was doing them things.
Long time.
You know what I mean? And so after me make my first tune when I was 17 with Sir Lloyd, is only when I start kind of joining King Tubby's. And then when I moved on to Saxon is when I start really write.
So that's the part, you know, 'cause I'm guaranteeing you, not a lot of people knew that you were actually Tubby's first.
Yes.
Before the transition to Saxon.
Yeah, but there was a lot of blues dance sounds because remember my dad had one of the biggest blues dance in a Brixton.
See.
So in my house, basically, you might as well say, 'cause we used to live on the top. So, you know, my dad had a corner shop, you know. So he was a greengrocer. So we up on the ground floor. So me and my sister, them, our family, we lived on top of the shop. So there was 2 stories on top of the shop. And then in the basement, he had 2 rooms. And in the basement, you know, people used to pay £2, £3 for coming to the shubbing on a Friday and Saturday night. So I was just born and grew up in that culture. And my dad used to rent the rooms also to bands. You know, bands like The Real Thing.
For come
rehearse. You know, so the tunes like You To Me Are Everything, the sweetest song that I can sing, oh baby. All them man, they used to rehearse in my dad's basement.
So you grew around
so
good culture.
So around the music and the culture and everything, you know. So that was, you know, that was really my stamping.
And you know, the thing is, you know, I'm glad this thing, you know, you actually, you know, put that out there because a lot of the young artists, you know, are potential young artists, you know, young people want to become artists. They see people like yourself and other rappers who are and DJs are up there.
Yeah.
And they seem to think that you just get up one morning and it just happen like that.
No,
they don't understand
the groundwork.
The groundwork.
Yeah.
The learning you have to go through.
Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, nights of, you know, you watch other people. That's why even today I go to concerts. You know, I watch my friend recently, Charlie Tuna from Jurassic 5. I watch his show and just things what he do. And you pick sense from the nonsense and you pick something in it or whatever. But for us, being in the blues dance at my dad's, it was just fun, you know, and it was a learning curve. And then when I went on to sounds like Sir Lloyd, you know, because Sir Lloyd had one of the biggest blues sounds them in South London. And then you had sounds like Nasty Rockers, Jam Down Rockers, all these different sounds. And we as youth, we just wanted, wherever there was a mic, we just wanted to go there and DJ. So that's what we did. You know what I mean? We would take up the mic and we got Sir Lloyd have a dance, we are go there, so. Nasty Rockers have a dance, we are go there, so. Wherever right there, Buchanan in a Battersea, you have them sound, they were Smiley and Asha them come from. You know, in a Lewisham, you have Sledgehammer and all these sounds, they were Sandy and them man they come from. So wherever there was a mic, we used to go. So there was a sound called Mikey Dread, which is Cecil Rennie's brother.
Okay.
From Tubby's Mikey, MJR Roadshow now is Mikey Dread sound. Mikey, God rest him soul. So that was one of the sounds them that me and General Slater used to perform on. And then you add, so when we was at school, we had Tipograph, and that's where me kind of get my name from.
Tippa.
So Stereograph, now you have Chaba, them used to play at Dick Shepherd's, and you have Keity Preddy, where used to play a small song. You know, they used to play a Railton Road, I placed them Shepherds, you know. And then obviously Moonshot, you have sounds like Saxon and them sound there. But for me, it was a I think on my phone, you know. Yeah. But anyway, for me, it was like when I used to go to, you know, them dances there, cause we used to skank too, you know. So when Shaka, we used to go to Shaka and skank.
Proper skank, man.
Proper skanking, because we used to dance. I was a dancer first, cause Slater would tell you. Cause we used to do the disco dancing, and then we used to go to Shaka and skank and spin over and splits and all of them kind of thing there. But Mikey Dread sound is the sound when we really start to get out there, because we had the Tipograph, the Younger Frontline, all these sounds was what I built with my friends. You know, so Commander B, where used to dep on Choice FM, is my brethren, Paul. His brother used to be in Stereograph with Chaba. And them used to play a Dick Shepherd School and shake up the glass. Them, because Dick Shepherd School was mainly made out of glass. So them used to string up in this and shake up the place. And then through him brother dep on Stereograph, we said we are gonna make a sound name, Tipograph.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So from Tipograph now, those were like when we was at school. And then Mikey Dread, and then Mikey, you know, was the brother of Cecil Rennie from King Tubby's.
Yeah.
So Mikey bring me a him brother and say, yo, you need to listen to this youth, you know, because he's good. So anyway, I went to Tubby's and Cecil take me under him wing and carry me up and down the country. And then we start enter talent competitions then and start win some of them. And when I was at this talent competition at Ferndale Sports Centre, that's when I met Dennis Rowe and Lloyd Francis. Mostly.
So that's the
the connection. Because so them just said to me, yo, we want you to come up for we dance them, you know. So I said, all right, me come check it, me come take a look. You know what I mean? So me and Rusty used to move. So I said, Rusty, come. Make we go look on this Louis Sham sound because them say we want to come down there. So I say, all right. So when we go down there, I say, Levi. I say, yo, how old are you here? You know, in fact, you know what? I had heard of him because we did the Dick Shepherd DSYC, Dick Shepherd Youth Center.
Okay.
Volume 1, 2, and 3, Professor Lloyd, you know. Because he had a label called LGR and he put out those live recordings on the thing. And Levi, I saw Levi, I think that was the first time I saw him at those dances. With him and Peter King.
Oh, Peter King.
Right. Great DJ.
What?
Original, fast style originator. You know?
Man.
But anyway, when we go over Louis Sham there, I see Levi, I see Peter King, I see Maxi Priest, I see Roger Robin. Original Vice, you know. Mr. Roger Robin. And there was a brother named Ruben. And him call him Pinky Lou. My Maxi.
You know Pinky Lou, man.
Pinky Lou, yeah. Ruben was there. And there was a couple of other brothers that there's a brother named Stout who used to sing. So the vibes was just holy talent.
The people them where you see when they land there.
Yeah.
The vibes was right.
And then Smiley Culture and Asher Senator, them used to pass through and come at the dance them. They was on Buchanan sound, but they used to come at Louis Sham and DJ Pan Saxon too. So that's how it start. And then from Saxon now, we just start link up together. Tippa Irie, Papa Levi, Daddy Colonel, Daddy Rusty and Sandy. And Junior Sandy, my sister Miss Irie, Simeon.
I know and
Deadly Ranks.
Remembrance to
Avril?
Yeah.
Yeah. She there in my book, you know.
Yeah.
The story there in the book. So if people want to find out anything about that, them can just read the book and stick to my roots.
Well, I'm going to come to that now, you know, because you dropped the gun.
Yes.
So all right then. So link up with Saxon, and we all know there is a Saxon era.
History.
The history of the Saxon and things. Now, during the time with Saxon, I mean, you put out tune before Saxon.
Yes.
And during the time with Saxon, you put out a barrage of tune.
Yeah.
All right. I tend to ask, which out of all of them tune there was your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, the good to have the feeling you're the best. You see, because when I was on Saxon, obviously the phenomenon what Saxon became, because you remember the dances in Oakland, in Birmingham, and in Vent Street, in Huddersfield, Chapeltown, you know, and obviously Moss Side, you know, just all over. This song was like you know, it was a phenomenon because everywhere we go, we're selling out, you know. So a lot of people made money out of us apart from us, but that's another story. That's another chapter. You know what I mean? But yeah, so good to have the feeling you're the best because of what it kind of represented, you know, because at that time, you know, in them days, no matter who you are clash against or who they in your camp, you have to put yourself forward as me are the best, you know. Me don't care if your name Papa Levi or Maccabee or Pato Bantan or Top Cat or whoever. In those times, you as a DJ, you have to say, me are the number one. Yes. Me are gonna push me. Because that's how it was. Everybody was pushing to be the top man. But the tune was really written for Saxon. You know? That's when I because at that time, I could honestly say with deep down, we was seen as the number one representative sound in the UK. Because we got to Jamaica, we got to America to represent, we got to Bermuda, we got all over Europe, we got in places in Africa. All over the world, the sound was going to represent the
UK sound,
you know, system. The sound system culture. And we went there and we delivered. You know, we stood up against whether if we are play creation in a Jamaica, you know, I say you gotta beat Papa San. No. But you have to go toe to toe.
And stand up.
And stand up
to it.
And then when we go to New York, we play Third World and all these sounds. And them have Johnny Ringo and Ty and Panamic and me and Papa Levi, they Panamic and defend Saxon. So for me, you know, at that time, with all of the artists, if you think of the representation that the sound has given to the world, you know, as on a sound system level, but also as on a recording level. Because if you think Maxi Priest, number one in the US Billboard chart, countless hit tunes. Tippa Irie, Grammy nominated. You know what I mean? Papa Levi, the first artist ever to get a number one tune in a Jamaica. You know, Roger Robin, More Love, enough hit tune. You know what I mean? So just them four artists, we're not talk about Smiley Culture. We're not talk about Asha Senator, the great Asha Senator. And Peter King, who originate something where every MC follow. You know what I mean?
Some try to.
And some try to, but you know, I mean, maybe Papa San might tell you a different story.
No.
You know, but to me, it was Peter King double timing. Me eat me sweet, me know if I do it, call me here, me brush my teeth. And then Levi come with Megan the King, he jam on me cool and something like me, go up on the street, me go out for food, rather the dance, I come to a heap of table, sip of slow. You know what I mean? And then Colonel of the tongue, you know? But what me black me slim me fat for the mic, me chop the grip, the jack and the pack and the wool and the fuck and the shack and the tack and the play for the top of the second. You know what I mean? And then me just come with all the time the lyrics arrive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then Daddy Rusty chat different from the rest. Guy Rusty couldn't really deal with the fast thing, so him create something where
different.
And
well,
that was
I didn't stick to him late.
That's him. That's him. He was just the styles them were just incredible.
And rest in peace, Smiley Culture.
Yeah, that man there. You see him and Asha, lyrics, style. I mean, Smiley might not have the greatest voice, but when it comes to lyrics and him and Asha together, because they were the first ones that done the fast style together in combination. You know what I mean? Them first do it, you know. I can't remember the lyric, but it's them and then Colonel and Levi come with Papa Levi and the Colonel in. Now they chop it. Papa Levi and the Colonel, you know. So they come with that. And then me and Colonel link up. Tippa and Colonel again. Or Tippa Irie and the Colonel just as we see Tippa Irie and the Colonel just. And then, you know, then we come with when we did the live recording for Greensleeve, we done Tippa and Colonel again, hey, go tell your friend, and then we are past Mike, Anta, but it was Asha and Smiley were first.
Do the combination.
In a fast style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you learn something new today.
Trust me. Trust me. You know what you mean? You can't too old to learn.
Yeah, so them man there, you know, Smiley, Asha, you know, unbelievable lyrics.
So where would you place Hello Darling? Hello Good Looking?
Well, that tune just kind of changed my life.
Yeah.
And in a way that it just went into the mainstream. And at that time, there wasn't many brothers on the TV. You know what I mean? There wasn't much brothers on the telly. So that was let's go home, because Tippa Irie's on the TV with this tune, Hello Darling. And all of the people, them gather around the TV. I watch, because remember, I think them times there may be 4 channels.
I think before you know, Tippa, I think there was probably Sugar Minor.
Good Thing Going.
And
then Janet K. Silly Games. And then you had like the beat, you know, with Rankin Roger. God rest his soul. Another brethren of mine. And Neville Staples. I think the Specials.
That's it,
you know, the specials. So you had some brothers that were in those groups, but I guess they were kind of like the token black guy in the group. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I pick up from them bands there. But it's people that it was a black man on TV.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you had Rankin Roger, Neville Staples, them man they you know, this town coming like a ghost town, all them kind of tune there. You know what I'm saying? But for us, it was unusual for me as a youth where I come from Brixton. From a sound system.
As a DJ,
as an MC, create something because Hello Darling was different. It wasn't a straight reggae tune. One drop. You know what I mean? Piano pen. Jeng. It was
gone outside the box.
It gone outside the box. And more time when you're hot, people are more receptive to different things. But the tune had a vibe, it had a spirit, it was unique, it was original. Everything about the tune was original.
Then I tell you like, the proud of you, brother.
Yes, man. Give thanks. Yes,
man.
Yes, man, because you just have to throw a stone and try things. And I was never afraid to try things. Sometimes they fail. You know, after Hello Darling, we did Heartbeat, which was similar to Hello Darling. I think it was Tyrone Melody. Him did do a show. And him did play Heartbeat. And that was one of his favorite tunes. You know, but then after that, instead of Greensleeve sticking to that formula, because Heartbeat nearly made it in the top 40, you know, it got to about 50, you know, so it didn't quite hit the heights as Hello Darling. But then after that now, Chris Cracknell changed the whole thing and True 5-star. I mash up the place them time there. Him get one kind of soul producer to do a tune named Panic. Which is what him did do. In Panic. In Panic and the tune Tank. And the tune never do nothing. Not a thing, because him should have stick to the winning formula.
Sometimes it's best to stick to the winning formula.
Stick to the winning formula.
Tried and tested.
If he kept with that formula and then he wanted to rush the album out, because Hello Darling was in the charts, him rushed. So the album isn't really happening to me. I was happy with it, but I would have taken my time. What he should have done is, even if him do single by single, after Heartbeat, we should have kept the same team together of musicians then. You know what I mean? Because I can write the songs then. Kept the same team together as musicians then, and just produce and take with time and do a real quality album. But what he did, he just licked back some popular tunes like The Answer, Whatever from Jamaica, and it never really had
So
the sound.
what was he trying to do? He's trying to rush it to
Yeah,
get on the back of the success of Hello Darling.
So basically, that's what he done, and because of that, the album did okay because obviously I was still up of a Hello Darling. But I feel if he did just take his time and make we just write the song them and really take time and put time into the rest of the album, maybe, you know, we would have got some more tunes to cross over into the mainstream.
Okay.
But woulda, coulda, shoulda, maybe if, whatever. But sometimes as a youth, remember I was still young. So you just kind of go with where the elder them are say, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it go. But one of those things, but we're still there.
And
we still lick
you're
them.
very much still there?
Yeah, man, we lick them.
No,
man.
we are move up forward now because years passed and we're talking, I can't say post Saxon because you're very much still part of the fraternity of Saxon, to be honest.
But I can't get away from it.
You can't get, but you're not wrong Saxon like before.
No.
You're very much your own entity and everything, your own artist. So now, Tippa Irie, now, I mean, you're touring like mad, my friend.
Yeah.
Every time I phone this man, if they are Spain, I phone him, if they are with, all about the place. So, I mean, when do you take a time off?
I do. You see, it's about a balance and pacing yourself. And when I am not working, I try to go to the gym and have a little swim, a steam, a sauna. And then when you're in those environments, you think about your work, but you're not really thinking. It gives you time to relax and to just not think about music as much and not think about your project. You can just take that time to shut down and then just kind of think about yourself and your well-being. So I try to do that as much as possible. Even today, I went for my little swim, a little quick steam, and then I went on my way and did the other, interviews and stuff what I had to do today. So for me, it's finding that balance of time for yourself, time for you and your partner, and then time, obviously it's like now my kids, my sons, them are big men now, so they're doing their thing. But I still want to link him. It's like my son's, his birthday is coming up soon, his big one. And so I'm going to take him to Thailand. So me, him and a brethren of mine, we're going to go to Thailand and I'm going to take him out there, let him have a good time. And then I'm also going to keep a party for him to celebrate his birthday.
You tell him all of this already?
Yeah, man. I tell him. Ticket buy him and say, yo, see that? Boom, we're going there. So, so you got to find a balance between the two, the work and then time for your family and time to rest. It's very important to rest. So even though I'm up here and I'm working every day, in the time, I like to rest and then I go again. But it's important if you think of the longevity of the whole thing, because from Hello Darling, you kind of independent. I had to kind of go independent, you know what I'm saying? And then tunes like Ragamuffin Girl with Peter Huntingale went to #1. Tunes with Lloyd Brown, with Stress, It's a Love Thing. And then with Fashion, it was Superwoman with Winsome. All these tunes went to #1 in the reggae chart, you know what I'm saying? So, but they're spaced out, It's like from 86, Hello Darling, and then there's a little gap. But while Hello Darling is going on, I'm still, the repercussions and the stuff from Hello Darling, you're still working. But then 3 years later, Ragamuffin Girl came along. So there was a little lull in between 86 and 89. But it wasn't much of a lull because Hello Darling was still rolling.
Some people take 3 years, 4 years to even time after do an album.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Hello Darling was 86. Ragamuffin Girl and Superwoman was 89. It's 2 #1 tunes. Then Stress came after that a few years later in the 90s with Lloyd Brown, which went to #1. And then we did that tune, It's a Love Thing, which was a big lovers rock tune. And then I started to work with my professor. I did an album with him called Rebel on the Roots Corner. So you just keep going. You just keep going. But then in the middle, you have that little time where you just say, you know what, let me just gather your thoughts.
Who manages your itinerary?
At the moment, my manager's name is Lynn Rossetto. And she's a lady that I met in California when I was out there on the road. And she and her husband, Oneko, came to one of my shows at the Dub Club.
Okay. And
I met them there. And from there, we became friends. And we just stayed friends. And then after a while, I was managed by, in the early days, I was managed by somebody from Birmingham, Grantley Haynes. He used to manage me and Pato.
Big up GT.
Yeah. And then after that, I linked up with this guy called Dominic Walsh. He was a guy from Germany. And he managed me for a while and helped me with a lot of stuff. And then after while I was managed by Dominique, Lynn and her husband, they run a charity called March 4th for Kenya Kids. So they took me and Dr. Ringding from Germany to Kenya. So with the friendship just became even more and more. And Dominique was, me and Dominique, we decided to part company. We're still very good friends, but there was things going on and I said, you know what, D, it's better we part company at this time. You know what I mean? So after a while, I just started to manage myself. And I was, because I kind of knew, I know. You knew what, yeah. I knew what to do.
Yeah.
But then after a while now, it started to get too much for me to kind of deal with it on my own. So I says, right, Lynn, I need your help. So she was like, yeah, Tip, I mean. So she just became my manager. So she kind of helped.
How long that relationship is going on now?
Must be about 6-7 years now.
6-7 years.
Yeah, and it's cool. We've got a good working relationship. She's not with me all the time because she's in America. So, but we have an understanding, and obviously I pay her according to her work, and it's good.
And I was in Sheffield with you.
Yes.
The other day, he was performing in Sheffield with Sandra Cross.
Yeah.
I mean, David Radigan was there later on.
Yeah, that's right.
But I watched you on stage, and I'm looking at you, Tippa Irie, and I'm thinking, look at this man. This man's going on like it's 1989.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the energy, I love to see that you still got that energy and the passion for performing.
Yeah, it's important for me because performing to me is not a chore. It's not something like I think, oh God, I got to do this show tonight. I don't feel like that. I feel excited. I feel like, I got to show them, I got to take it to them. I know Sheffield not see me in a long while. And then when you're floating around and you came outside with me, because I wanted to have a cigarette, and then you came outside with me, and then I got flocked by about 30 women.
And I got employed as a photographer.
Right? So when you feel that love, and it's not no sleazy love, it's just music love, it's just the love what they have for my music. So when you feel that kind of love, how could you not want to make those people feel happy? Because they've paid to come and see you.
And the love was real because the hall, this is the hall that he was performing in, big hall, big size enough hall, right? And it was scattered. When he came on, boom. Actually, Sandra Cross came on before you.
Yeah,
and it filled up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
But
I got to big up Sandra Cross for that. Sandra Cross for that performance too.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Excellent.
Big up yourself, Sandra.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But it's like the other day, I went to Reggae Land in Milton Keynes.
Okay, yeah.
And that's a festival with 38,000 people. And Sean Paul was headlining. They had Beanie Man. They had Kabaka Pyramid. They had Mr. Vegas. They had Steel Pulse. They had Alba Rosie. All these guys were on the main stage. And then they had a smaller stage, which probably holds about 5,000 people. You know what I mean? And on that stage, they had the great Maccabee, they had my professor, they had Protege, Lila Ike, and they had Tippa Irie. And there's also like, hundreds, not hundreds, but about 10, 20 sound systems going on at the same time as the main stage, and you have sound systems, and then you have our marquee stage what we're on. It was called the Big Top stage. So Dub Pistols, which is like a dub band, but they got my brethren Steve, not Shawnee T or Stephen T, Shawnee T, and they're kind of a big dub group, but they were on just before me. So when you're at a festival like that and Mr. Vegas is on the main stage, and then you've got all of these sounds, so people have a choice.
Big choice.
They got a choice of where they want to go.
Yeah.
So when Dub Pistols finish now, because I know them guys, they got their hardcore fans, and then you're backstage there, and I'm thinking, boy, I wonder if anybody is gonna come and see me. You know what I'm saying? Because Mr. Vegas is on the main stage, and they've got all these sounds going on. So I'm thinking, so when I went out there now, and the stage and the tent was cock. Now, how could you not want to go?
Big inspiration.
Because you know that they have a choice. They don't have to come and see. They can go and see Mr. Vegas, or they can go and see, Saxon over there, or Irish Steppers over there. But the 5,000 people was in the tent to see me and my band. So those kind of things make you feel good and inspires you, and because you know that what you're doing is good. So you just
people
have to
love it.
They love what you're doing. So you just
all you got to do is keep doing and keep up the standard of what you do.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's important.
Now, from the love that the people showing off for your music, we move on now. Now, Tippa Irie, people, has now become an author. He's written a book. Basically about you. About your life.
Autobiography.
It's an autobiography. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
The autobiography is basically self-explanatory. You know what I mean? It's an autobiography. So the first chapter, I talk about my parents. I talk about them leaving Trelawney, their place of birth in Jamaica, and their life. I talk about the actual area, what Trelawney is known for, yam and things, and
Usain Bolt.
And Usain Bolt too. You know what I mean? So I talk about those things, and then I talk about them coming to the UK, obviously, and making a life for me and my two sisters.
Yeah.
And then I talk about my early life, growing up in being born in Dulwich Hospital. Talking about, me going to school, playing penny up the wall, my dad chasing me, running after me because I'm supposed to be at school, but me there on the road, I play a penny up the wall. So my father beat me. Me talk about when me there at school, and when me there at primary school, I'm a lose fight, I'm a win fight, I'm a get beat up by a girl we're taller than you. You know what I mean? And so me I talk about.
She's still the boat?
She's still the boat, man. I'll never forget her. Claudette Graham, her name is. Yeah, I'll never forget Claudette, man. But she loved me like food now.
Hey.
I'm a good friend. Hopefully she's still here. God bless her. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't forget Claudette, man. I love her. And what we did, so I just talk about my primary school, and then playing steel pan at school, because I used to play steel pan. Yeah, I used to be good at steel pan. I used to play in the carnival. I used to play for Paddington Youth Steel Band.
Wicked.
Yeah, so I used to play steel pan, and then talk about me and my best friend at the time, Neil. There's a white brother that used to live across the road. Me and Neil, we used to go to school together. I'm not sure if he went to my secondary school, but his school was near mine. So me and him used to play football. He thought I was going to be a footballer. Cause them time, they're just ball. We used to just play football. And he said, you can make it, man. But my father, them not take away a football. Them not take, I had to go to the market. Because like I said, my dad was a greengrocer, so we have to go to the market, you know, and get supplies. And we used to have to go cash and carry and get supplies.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just talk about my youth. Me and my two sisters playing, fighting, this, that, arguing about this, us, that, and
Miss Irie ever beat you up?
Nah. we was, our love was like, you know, we done everything together, me and my sister. I miss her, man. I still miss her to this day. But nah. And then my sister Jackie, we just, you know, we never used to fight because we was too busy doing housework, doing chores, doing this and that. So the first chapter just talks about my youth. You know what I mean? And me growing up in Jamaica, you know, going to Jamaica for the first time, coming back.
How old are you then?
Young, maybe in 5, 6 or something like that.
Okay.
But it was amazing for me as a young boy because obviously when you come off the plane, remember, England, me born, you know. So when me go to Jamaica and come off of the plane and me see pure black people, that was like, even though you expect, but when you actually see it everywhere, because remember, we used to growing up with seeing white people.
Yeah.
But when we actually go to Jamaica now and come off of the place and just see pure people that look like you, it was amazing, man. You know. So, but we talk about the book. You know, back to the book. I mean, yeah, I'm just chatting about the early years, and then, you know, obviously there's a chapter about Saxon, where I talk about the history of Saxon, when it started, you know, lyrics, putting lyrics together as a family, going in, riding in the back of soundbox. And
that whole era of the relationship within Saxon.
There could be more, but I just skimmed the surface.
That book would be too big.
Too thick.
Too thick, man.
Yeah, so I did a Saxon chapter. Then I did a Hello Darling chapter.
Really?
Because that chapter, the chapter where it changed my life.
Like you said, changed your life.
It made me really, you know. So I done the Hello Darling chapter and I'm talking about Hello Darling, the story, how it came about, you know, because I think I was at People's Club outside Parade Street, Paddington, and back in them days there we could park the van outside of the venue.
Yeah, right on the pavement.
Right on the pavement, no problem. No, you can't do that them day, yeah. But, you know, and so me talk about how me meet a girl and she come past the van and me say, hello, darling. And then she look back and say, hello, good looking. I know who you are. You know what I mean? And then we start talk and then we go in on the dance and we start freestyle. Hello, darling. Hello, good looking. And the man them start laugh after me, you know what I mean? Levi and them, the whole of them, they say, Tippa, where you go with them the lyrics? And some woman out, you outside that chat too. Where you coming at the dance and talk them lyrics, you know what I mean? So me just say, all right, man, in always I make trouble, leave me alone. So when me there at the studio now, I do good to the feeling you're the best, you know? But I do good to the feeling you're the best now. And the man them I say, Tippa, you say good to have the feeling you're the best. So I said, what are you talking about, man? I'm not saying that, man. Chris, I'm fed up with you lot, man. You know what I mean? I need a break. So when me sit down in the vocal booth, no, me never even come out of the vocal booth. You know, me take an orange juice break. Me even have a EP, a mixtape called Orange Juice Break. I mean, the orange juice, man. So me like to drink my orange juice. So I said to Chris, yo, somebody pass me some orange juice there. I sit down in the booth. And then we just start singing, hello, darling. Hello, good looking. And my producer said, Tippa, what's that? I said, no, it's just something that I'm working on. Because we used to just, you know, write lyrics. He said, yo, that sounds like something. Why don't you go home and write the lyrics? So me just go home the next day and write the lyrics. And then when we write the lyrics now, Patrick Donegan from the Reggae Regulars, remember them tune there, Where Is Jah and all them tune there? Patrick was Monks, he was one of the main producers that helped us produce the tunes them back in the day. So Patrick, Drumton Ward, and play with Dub Ashanti and, you know, great drummer. One of the best reggae drummer in the world, not even just Britain. World, Drumton, and a couple of other people, Lindell Lewis. They started to kind of sketch the tune And then we decided to use a Lindrum, which was like a drum machine that everybody was using at the time. And then Lindell came up with the drum pattern. And then Chris got Ray Carlos, who died recently, great sax player. And then Kyle Brown, a jazz guitarist, another talented guitarist. So he had really good musicians.
Good, very good musicians.
Working on the tune. And then it just come together. And we say, yo, this feels good. And then we lick it out. And then because you're hot in it, remember Saxon was the hottest thing at the time. So you know, like now if Chronix come out with a tune, because him hot, everybody I got pay attention, them I got listen. Because it's somebody where at the flavor at the moment.
Flavor at the moment, yes.
So at that time, Saxon was the flavor. So tune me come with Hello Darling now, but it was a catchy and it was a feel good tune.
It's very catchy.
Feel good tune. So boom, it just came out and it just started.
I'm going to tell you this now. I no disrespect to the lyrics of the tune, but vast majority of the people only know the hello darling.
Yeah.
Hello,
because,
good looking.
Yeah, because because I was a lyricist and I was a sound, an MC. Because if you notice, I think Taurus Riley has actually done a tune off of the tune. But now I've not heard it. And last time I saw him on the Jamrock Cruise. Welcome to Jamrock Cruise. And I keep forgetting to say, Taurus, and in fact, now when I leave here, I'm going to try and reach out to him and say, bro, can I hear what you done to the tune? Because they contacted me one time and say that they wanted to use it. But I said, not a problem. You know what I mean? But I don't think he ended up using it. But I think he played it to Peckins. But I'm going to try to locate Chris to see if I can actually hear what he done. But because the tune has so much lyrics in it, it's difficult for people to cover it.
Yeah.
You understand me? And I think that's why a lot of people haven't done it back, because the lyrics...
Too much lyrics in it.
Too much lyrics for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you see, that you're coming from an era of
writing lyrics and
that write lyrics. We're not punchline DJs.
That's right. No.
With lyrics. Lyrics of inner the thing.
That's right. And that's what it is.
I want question more I know, you know. Now, the girl that was passing, they go, hello, darling. I wonder if she know what she did inspire.
I don't know. I wonder if can't remember her. I wouldn't tell you what she looked like.
I wonder if she did pick it up.
But you know who did inspire Deborah Glasgow?
Yeah.
You know, because she done the Yo My Sugar, Yo My Honey.
Okay.
It's Patrick Donegan as well.
Yeah.
It's him draft her in.
Yeah.
To sing because she had a voice like an angel.
Brilliant, man. Deborah
voice like
excellent
an angel. And so Patrick drew her in to sing the girl piece. I think it's Patrick and her must write You're My Sugar, You're My Honey. And then I remember one night they booked me to do a show. I think it was Acton Town Hall. I don't know if it was that. It might have been Daddy Ernie actually. I think it was his show, and I don't know if Jeff Schumann was playing or whatever. But anyway, they brought out Deborah on stage, and people in the place, you know, people cruel. Them start laughing and say like, well, who this big girl here? I come up on stage. Who this fat girl? And there was really like disrespect. Yeah, disrespectful. But Robert, you see when she open her mouth and start sing, the whole room just changed. She just mashed down the whole place. But that just shows how superficial people are. You know what I mean?
I was fortunate to see Deborah Glasgow on one show, on a show. And I just stood there looking and thinking, oh, this girl, the voice, brother.
She mashed up the whole place. And then obviously, I was coming on after her, but because Hello Darling is a hit, it just still mash up the whole place. Again, we just mash up the place even more because the tune is a hit tune. You know what I mean? So I mean, even if you sing, them just sing Hello Darling for me and wait. But that just shows how superficial people are. And people are like that, even artists, because sometimes, you know, me go to some festival, you know, and some of them artists, you go to heal them, you know, or them see you, but them go on like them not see you.
Yes.
Or them go on like say, them not know who you be.
Why them do that?
I don't understand it. Because at one time, me not name the artist, you know. But me, they are Germany. Me and the band. And me there with Daddy Freddy, Arsman, and Starkey Bantan. Levi was supposed to come to, you know, but Levi never sort out him thing, so I called Starkey to come. And me there at the airport and I see this particular artist. And you know when you go for walk over for say, yo brother, you alright? Him go up on him phone. But me know say him no dep on him phone, but him go on like him dep on him phone because him no want to talk to you. So I say, oh okay, alright then cool. Me see the play, alright then cool, no problem. So when we go at the show now, and when me done with the festival there, all of a sudden, none of them now pay we no mind. But you see, when we done with them, brother, and we turn over the place, cause you know when Freddie didn't have him energy. Yeah, I go on. And then Arcee just come in and take it to them. And then Starkey come in and take it to them. And we just come in and just flatten the place. All of a sudden,
everybody want to hear you.
Everybody want to talk. Man, the same artist that come over, Bridget, I want you to come for me set, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, we just go and mash up the place again and keep it moving. But it's just the mentality thing.
Yeah, that's what people do. People is people. Remember, when the artist name now, Williams, when first name, you know, where the people is people. You know that tune there? Back in the day, too. I still remember it.
Okay.
But anyhow, the book was launched.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago?
Yeah. The 23rd of August, the book is out.
August.
The book is called Stick to My Roots, and it's my autobiography. As we said, we were going through the chapters. But I have a chapter about Hello Darling. I have a chapter about the traumatic time in my life when I lost my sister. You know what I mean? And then I have a chapter about my connection with jungle. And you know, and then my connection with Lovers Rock. I have a chapter about that too, where I'm speaking because I've done tunes with Janet Kay, I've done tunes with Carol Thompson, I've done tunes with Pete Honeygill, I've done tunes with Lloyd Brown, I've done tunes with Winsome. You know, I've done tunes with a lot of the Lovers Rock fraternity. So Lovers Rock has been like
a big part of your career.
Part of my career. And you know, one time I kept a show at the Jazz Cafe with myself and Peter Honeygill, Peter Spence too. Peter Honeygill, Peter Spence, Don Campbell, and Winsome.
Don Campbell, man.
And it sold out. And when I started to do my tunes, you know, like Ragamuffin Girl with Peter, and then Girl of My Best Friend with Peter Spence, and then you know, my tune with Lloyd Brown, Stress. And it's like people coming to me after and they're like, boy, Tippa, you are real after tune. I never realized that so much. It's like they're starting to realize the catalog and how much tunes that I've actually done with all these different eyes.
Your catalog big, you know, brother. I mean, no, I have to tell you, but your catalog is big.
You know, so it was a blessing. But the book covers all of those things, and then you know the conclusion is talking about me having my own studio. Being a producer, producing other artists, younger artists, my peers, and stuff like that. And, you know, so it covers a wide range spectrum of my career, my life, you know what I'm saying? And stuff with the ups and the downs, the trials, the tribulations of the music industry as well. It talks about that and things, what you go through, and experiences. Going to Jamaica the first time to do Reggae Sunsplash, you know, and going to Japan for the first time to perform sold out shows in them, and then going to Africa and Gambia and, you know, Botswana and all these places. Just telling the story of South America, Brazil, you know, Canada, all these places, because I've done the 52 states of America on the road. So it talks about the road life of actually going from state to state, driving 9 hours, you know what I mean, driving 2 days, and you're in a van. Even with my sister, Miss Irie, she came with me on one of the tours. So it's 2 months you're on the road, just driving around. So we paid our dues, you know what I'm saying? So people just need to recognize that and, you know, and give respect where respect is due.
The platforms that people can get the book.
Yeah, they can get it on Amazon. That's simple. They can go to my website. If they go to tippairie.com and the book will come up. They just click and it says order now. You just click on there and it will take you to the Amazon.
Not on Kindle?
Yes, on Kindle.
On Kindle.
Yes, on everything. It's on everything. All the platforms, them, you know, and then Jackawanda is the publishers.
Okay.
So you can go to their website too and pick up the book. Or you can contact me on my Facebook page or my Instagram, any one of them, and then we can link and I'll get the book to you or I'll post the book to you. But they can get, if they type in Tippa Irie, Stick to My Roots, the book will come up and it will take them to one of the sites where they can order the book.
So you hear that, people? TippaIrie.com. That's simple. If you can't be bothered, go on Amazon, Kindle, TippaIrie.com. But it's all on the reputable platforms. You can get the book. Right, so before we finish off.
Yes, sir.
Tippa Irie still performing, still going on.
Yes.
You're in Birmingham.
Yes. On Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yes. I'm in Birmingham on Saturday at the Holiday Inn. I think it's Chapel Lane.
Yeah. Just off the motorway there.
Just off the motorway. I think it's Junction 6.
Junction 7.
Junction 7. Oh, there you go. You know better than me. So that's, Holiday Inn. I'm going to be there on Saturday with full band. Tippa Irie and the Uppercut Band. I'm going to be there. I'm on stage at 11. 1 hour set. And then you have music till 3 o'clock in the morning with DJ Danny and a whole host of DJs playing a wide range of selection of music.
So that's this Saturday, the 9th of September 2023 at the Holiday Inn off Junction 7 motorway in Birmingham. Tippa Irie and his band will be there. Live show is what we like. We love Tippa Irie when he just have the mic and do a play, but when he have a band, trust me, as the cut of them would say, that's the business, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah, but man.
So I mean, and then I have a book launch on Sunday, the 10th of September. So if you, I don't have the address in my head, but if you go to my Facebook page, Tippa Irie Facebook page, the address is there. It's in Birmingham. It's the 10th of September, so that's this coming Sunday. You can meet me personally. It's £5 to get in. You got music playing, and also you can buy a copy of the book, and I will sign the book for you. On the 29th of October, I also have a book launch in Nottingham. If you go to shubs.com, you type in Tippa Irie, that event is $27.50. It's $25, but obviously they put on their booking fee, all right? But it's £25 to get in. The £25 gets you your signed copy of the book, and also I will be doing a half an hour performance, and then there'll be DJs also playing music for you to dance to for the time that you are there. All right, on the 28th, I am in Nottingham, all right, for the Black Achievers Award. Now, in fact, the 27th, I'm in Nottingham at the Black Achievers Award. The 28th, I'm in Scotland, in Dumfries, all right? So I'm gonna leave Scotland and come down to do Nottingham, all right? So if you go to tippairie.com and go to tour, you click on there and all of the dates will be up. The 26th of October, when I get back from Jamaica, I'm doing actually a book fair in Birmingham, all right? So if you go to the website, all the details are there.
So there you have it, people. You can't, information endless. It's all there. tippairie.com, Tippa Irie Tour.
Yes.
Go on there, you get all the information you want to need about where Tippa Irie will be, where the book launch will be, where we'll be performing, everything apart from where we live. Him no want to know him yard.
Respect up, Robert. Thank you for having me.
Tippa, trust me, it's been a pleasure, me done.
Much respect.
A long time we know one another.
Yes, man.
It's not even an interview. This.
I'm very impressed with how you've handled this interview.
Thank you,
yes, sir. Yes, I'm very impressed. Well done.
You're making one.
You've come a long way.
Absolutely. Well, you're making one blush.
But you've come a long way. You know what I mean? Much respect.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Cause one time we there look for give trouble on the microphone.
Yes.
Him dep on Saxon, me dep on the generation. It never materialized, but we are friends here.
Yeah, yes.
You understand?
Always.
You know what, Levi, they remind me about that night there. You know?
Yeah. But most of the time, you know, with me, most of the people them that we clashed with back in the day, I'm cool with them because it's music.
No, but we talk about that a lot because we say back in the days, you know, Sifa, you know, me generation, others, so we clash with Java, Coxon, all kind of, and we all away our friends here.
Yes, man. Because that's what it's about, the music.
And it's nothing personal.
Yeah, that's right. It's about the music.
Nothing personal. You understand? Because if it never worked like that, you wouldn't be here right now. You'd have said, oh, me not chat to Robert.
But yeah.
Wouldn't have your number.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Bridget, it's been a pleasure.
Yes, man.
Enough respect.
Yes, man. One up. Let's up. One up.
There you go, people. Sound News Extra. You don't know. You get it from we. Not just the Sound News, but the Extra. This is yours truly, Robert T. and the Sound News Extra crew. Big up Rico and the Rasta man over there, son named KMD on the camera. Miserable, you see. This is the crew saying, well, you know, big thanks to Tippa Irie. Yeah? Big thanks to Tippa Irie for being here. Enough respect. Until next time, you don't know who next I come from the sofa, but next time we do for the dance. You don't know where we're going there. But there you go. Sound News Extra out.
All right. That was a good one, bro.